Your Excellency Ambassador Peter Dokladal, Your Excellency Ambassador Henry Paul, Your Excellency Ambassador Mats Oberg, Your Excellencies Ambassador of the Member States, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome everybody today to this public debate focusing on a very political aspect of the institutional community system, which happens to be less understood by the public opinion due perhaps to its rather complicated concept and procedures. In a larger context, the representation of the European Commission in Romania intends to organize, starting with this year, monthly roundtables with the title European Perspectives, and you can see this title here in the 23 official languages of the European Union. It was an effort to learn how to write this title in all those languages, but I think it merits.
I expose you to Slovak language.
So the aim is to communicate and stimulate public debate on EU priorities in the connection with the Romanian national public agenda. Diplomats, members of the European Parliament, politicians, public servants, civil society, social partners, media, opinion leaders, and academics will be invited to share views and become active participants in this platform of debate. The today first roundtable of discussions will focus on the role of the Council Presidency and the mechanism of the trio presidencies, highlighting the long-term perspective of this exercise. Therefore, we invited the three ambassadors representing the trio presidency to present the vision of each presidency on working together in this new format, and also to detail the priorities of each presidency as part of 18 months working program. At the beginning, let me just say a few words about the concept of the trio presidency, and to start with the attributions of the Council presidency. The concept of team presidency or trio presidency came into sight on the ground of the debates on institutional reform of the Union and in the context of the reassessment of the semestrial rotating presidency of the Council. According to the provisions of the founding treaties, the institution of the Council presidency assumed on a rotating basis for 6 months by each member state fulfills the following tasks: establish the priorities for the working program of the Council, plans and define its agenda, chairs and elaborates the conclusions of different meetings of the Council, facilitating the consent of the most controversial debated issues, plans and leads the debates of the working groups of the Council. The presidency of the Council holds a representation role with the other community and extra-community institutions and organizations with the non-member states. Inside and outside the community, the presidency represents the interest of the Union, assuming the role of honest broker, promoting fairness and the prevalence of the community interest, based on the idea of consensual shared leadership at the level of the Union. There are some advantages of this rotating principle and some disadvantages. Just to give chance for more debates in this respect, I'll mention only 2 advantages of the rotating principle. One is the respect for desideratum of equal importance of all the member states and for the equilibrium between the intergovernmental and the supranational components based on the idea of shared leadership. The other advantage is, of course, the the opportunity to prove that the European Union is led politically and not by technocrats. Of course, there are some disadvantages. For example, the discontinuity of the exercise, or the possibility for overturning the hierarchy of the priorities identified and promoted by different presidencies, or the fragmentation of the European Union representation in external relations. In order to make more efficient the Council presidency, particularly related to its lack of continuity and visibility, and the necessity to bring together different contradictory aspects as permanence and legitimacy, the system of rotating presidency has been restructured progressively, one key element being the trio presidency or team presidency, with a duration of 18 months. The first such a cooperation formula involved Germany, Portugal, and Slovenia for the period January 2007, June 2008. The second is the acting one with France, Czech Republic, and Sweden for the period July 2008, December 2009. The composition of the trio presidency teams is based on the agreed succession with the rotating mechanism of the member states. The dimension and their geographical position is also important in this respect. The concept of trio presidency, even aiming to the same continuity, consistency, coordination, and visibility objectives, should not be confused with the mechanism of European Union Troika, devoted exclusively to external representation of the Union. Initially, that included the three countries subsequently holding the rotating presidency, but after Amsterdam Treaty came into force and the creation of the position of the High Representative for CESP, Troika means the cooperation between the acting presidency, the High Representative, and the Commissioner for External Relations. I will stop here with my introductory remarks, and I would invite the three ambassadors to present their interventions, and I will start with the ambassador of the Czech Republic, His Excellency Peter Dokala.